Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to part 6 of Assassin's Creed Origins playthrough. We are back. It has been a pretty hot hot minute since the last time we were here. Had to do the whole work thing, of course. Very important. Make those dollars that keep things running. As you may be able to hear over my microphone, I still have the fan and dehumidifier and stuff like that all running to try and suck the moisture out of the basement. Seems like it's been better. Thankfully, that had been repaired pretty much right after it happened. Which is surprising, given the whole like quarantine, self-isolation, distancing, and everything else. Was kind of happy that the plumber was able to get in and get that repaired for us. So now I don't have any more risk of leak, hopefully, for at least the remainder of this season. I will say that the tap in question has caused different types of issues over many years, so
they're going to make me pay a ransom. Oh, that's the only
it's
thing
always
that makes
possible
sense.
that they're that we still run into some issues.
What has this man done to deserve such abuse?
He fled like a rank coward, leaving my gladiators to be taken captive.
Gladiators? Can't they protect themselves?
They were sleeping. Egidio here was meant to keep watch.
Whoops.
Kosei and Wamukota, my two best gladiators!
We were on our way to the arena and were ambushed by bandits. I managed to escape.
You damn coward!
I will get your gladiators back. But leave this poor man alone.
When you find my men, bring them to the Cyrene Arena right away.
We were attacked northeast from here, near a wooden bridge.
Interesting. Oh, let's check our... Since we're back in here. I'm not sure if we've checked this yet. It's been long enough. Anything interesting? Ooh, well, the pelts. Always buy the pelts. Don't know if I need the soft leather or not, but I might as well. Because it might mean we can upgrade. Yes, we can. Perfect. We're getting there. Still need more hard leather. Still need more soft leather. Still need more hard leather as well. Hard and soft leather. And hard leather. A lot of hard leather is what we're still chasing. Have some new bows. I'm just gonna get rid of that. And then that's lower, so that can go on the melee weapon side. Bronze sword. Dual swords. Yeah, all this stuff looks like it's not too big of an issue to keep. Abilities, we have 2 ability points. I could just straight up, yeah, I don't know. Oh, actually, yes I do. I would like the shield charge. There. Inventory, whole bunch of new stuff. At some point we will have to do these different treasure maps. Because, yeah, probably should do that at some point. Quests wise, so tonight might be a bit of a shorter stream because I do have activities I have to get to tomorrow, or today, depending on the time it takes to get through the things. But what I want to do is I'd like to get the map opened up. So to do that, because we're level 36 and pretty much everywhere on the map, with the exception of I think one zone, is in our level range. Yeah, 37 is still manageable in my opinion. What we are going to do is we're just going to explore different sections of the map. So for example, I'm going to put a random marker like down here, and with that in place, I'm then going to call our choka horse / choka camel, and we are going to ride off towards the objective marker as best as we can. Now, I do realize that trying to straight line distance this may not be possible in some cases. For example, where I'm headed right now, probably won't be able to go straight over the mountain with the choka horse, but what I may do is work my way around it a little bit and then switch over to going straight line distance again. Kind of mix and match as needed. And hopefully, as we collect new locations, slowly get some level up stuff here, this allows us to, at the very least, get across the map quicker and also potentially unlock new sections of the map, which, my goodness, may be a little tricky, but I think is a good option for something if I'm going to end up being a little shorter on stream, that we tackle something a little shorter to go after, which is just simply exploration as opposed to getting deep into the mission side of things. New region. Alright, so far so good. This one region off the map. So if we open up our map now, we have found this area. Siwa we've already been to, so we'll go through the Black Desert, White Desert Oasis, Deshret Desert, and then maybe work our way up through Uenome, and then what I can do is I can fast travel, go through the Isolated, and then maybe fast travel again, and then go through these sections here. So that's kind of the plan currently, assuming everything all goes okay. And of course, if there's any wildlife that comes across, like I think that was just like a little panther or a jaguar or something that went by there, or a cheetah even, if stuff comes up that I can kind of capture or take as I'm running through, I will not be opposed to doing so. I will say this is quite a large map. Now, if I look at the map here, that watery section, okay, that is somewhere we've been. So we're literally riding down off the mountainside for sections that we've already been to previously. So hopefully, once we get over to that section, here's Siwa, home sweet home. Hey, remember whenever we couldn't we couldn't do this before? Where there was that whole thing where it was like, no, you can't. You know what, let's take a picture of our home. Good old home over there. And then we'll go and unlock more sections of the map. It's very interesting that Siwa is literally just like a little oasis in the middle of the desert. Teeny tiny little spot. And yet it felt so large when we started there. I will say this map is absolutely massive. Coming as a player who the last two Assassin's Creed games I played were Assassin's Creed 3 and then Black Flag, not playing Unity, not playing anything else kind of in between. It's pretty crazy to see a map of this size. Because, I mean, like, those look tiny from back where we were over on that other mountain hill, and here we are rolling up on them, and they're just getting to be enormous. The other weird part, too, is that, like, that objective marker is deceivingly close. What I may have to do is I may have to actually put one this way so that we kind of hit a little bit of both areas and then work my way over, because I'm noticing I was aiming pretty much, I would have gone through here and probably missed this one, so we'll do a slight adjustment in our direction. Also, there's like nothing out here, which is true to actual desert locations, is it's very sparse, and this is definitely sparse. There's a little track here for some reason, so obviously NPCs or something have been out and about. There is something over there on the ground that's got some kind of glow going on right there. You can kind of see with my... There's something over that way. I don't know what that is, but not something I'm worrying about at this stage, so I can always work my way back to that if I have to. The treasure maps thing makes me really concerned. Also, the trophies or achievements, depending on which console you're playing on. I'm playing on PS4, but for anybody that's playing on anything else, it would be trophies. The trophies that they list for this game is kind of insane. Like, there are what looks like hundreds of them, and that doesn't even hit into any of the DLC stuff or any of the other, like, there's ones that are like lure a crocodile to this and then kill them with a thing under this amount of time, and it's like, oh my god, like, that is so specific. So it's interesting what they've put out here. It's also very interesting, this mountain area that we've kind of brought ourselves through. I think I'm better off going up there and starting high and then kind of working my way back down again. Oh, we're really slowing down. The poor Choka Camel here is, oh, yeah, it's not going to let me go up there. Alright, well, is it not letting me go up because... No, it just won't let the Choco Camel go up, so we'll work our way up. Oh my goodness. Whenever I realized I was going to be climbing through mountain range, I didn't quite expect it was going to be like this. This was not what I was anticipating whenever I went, I'm going to clear the map. There would be this much of a mountain range through here. But that's okay. It's also amazing too, because it kind of makes you wonder how much of this was crafted by hand and how much is just auto-filled in the game. Because if this is all by hand, that's a lot of stuff that they had to put in that's just trees and rocks. Rocks, trees, trees, rocks, and more trees and rocks. Which is kind of crazy. Kevin Castro, welcome to the stream. How do you level up quickly? One of the big ones that I found was just completing, kind of like clearing out sections pretty rapidly was a big way of getting things cleared, and then that would cause you to level up. I'm a bit of a completionist when it comes down to stuff, so pretty much anytime there was an optional quest, if there was a fetch thing, if there was a treasure that you had to find, all those types of things in each of the different zones, Wow, there's just a giant ravine here. um, Anytime that there was stuff like that, I just tried to complete as much of it as I could, so I leveled up higher than the zone I was in at the time. And then from there, it's just sinking the time in. You could, if you wanted to, you could try and grind out, like, collecting different animal pelts, just hunting other things. Another good trick, too, is mounted. Once you have your camel or your horse or whatever mount it may be, sometimes just going through a zone and just swinging your sword or your weapon kind of randomly, as much as that sounds crazy, does kind of work out in your favor. Because you'll end up taking down gazelles, goats, all kinds of different, all kinds of different creatures, and each of them will potentially get you, like, for example, that little caravan there, if that was, no, that doesn't look like it's bad guys, but if that was bad guys, just the fact that I would be able to, like, ride by and defeat some of them would be beneficial to my level. You'll get a little bit of experience from it, and then potentially items and money and stuff that you can use to kind of increase your attack power and all that other stuff. But yeah, the big ones are exploring as much as possible in the sections that you get into, completing the quests, and then just, you know, don't think that because you see a thing that you can't necessarily do it, or at least try to. There's always a lot of different options. It's kind of what makes it kind of fun as compared to not having levels in an Assassin's Creed game, is just the fact that you can chase down a lot of stuff. The other thing too with the mounted combat, like just swinging at gazelles and cheetahs and lions and stuff as you ride past them, also a handy thing to do because there is so much crafting in this for upgrading your armor, your ammo, your weapons, your melee damage and resistance and stuff like that, because each of these items of your gear increases all of your different stats. So it's like at the bottom, if I were to increase the hidden blade, that'll get my hidden blade damage up. If I go on to the quiver, that one's at max, but that's just holding the number of items. But then your stabilizer, so that gets you your actual, how well your range damage is. Bracer, which is your melee damage. And then breastplate, which is of course your health. And then this one is just other your stuff. But yeah, just even you're just riding through a town and you happen to see, for example, like stuff like this. Now, they're a little quicker than I am, obviously, but it's never a bad idea to just take some of these out, because it won't take you too long. And if you were on your horse or on your camel, that would have been much quicker, because you just would have rode by and swung and took half their health. But it's a pretty quick way to get materials you're going to need for those crafting and for those upgrades to make life easier, so then you can complete harder and harder missions and unlock different abilities. Where are you? There it is. And there we go. That's an example of one of the things that you can kind of do. The gazelles are a little more mobile than some of the other animals and creatures that you'll face in the game. But yeah, just kind of a way that I do to get out of there. Marcus Rubio, welcome to the stream. I'm stuck at level 28. Awesome, bro. What is an easy way to get soft leather? Pardon my tongue issue there. Soft leather. That has been a bit of a pain. One of the things that I found that has made it helpful, soft leather, is hyenas, which if you go out, and you're welcome, by the way, Kevin Castro, for just the suggestion. As I say, it doesn't necessarily work for everybody. That is something that works for me. For leveling up is just clearing areas and then going crazy with the mounted stuff. In the question of for soft leather, one of the things that I found that helped is you can actually unlock, and I can't remember the name of the ability. Where is it? It's in one of these. I have to try and find it here for you. Headshot, arrow retriever, where are you? There's one here as an upgrade to your stores. Call mount, hijack, adrenaline 1, where is it? Smoke screen, it should be over here somewhere. The animal goods and trinkets can be sold 25%, and then I think buy materials. You can purchase crafting materials from shops. Blacksmith, weaver will sell different types of materials. Unlocking this ability allows you to just straight up purchase soft leather, hard leather, and lion pelts, or I guess jaguar pelts, from any of the different stores that you go to. Pug Soup, welcome to the stream, and thank you for the compliment, man. Yeah, that's one of the easiest ways to kind of slowly pick away at it. You can get, I think, 4 or 5 as your max. Whenever I hopped onto the stream, it was one of the first things I checked, because there was a linen, like a weaver person that was right at the beginning as I jumped in, and they just straight up had a bunch of pelts, so I just bought as many pelts of each of the different type as I could. So that's kind of one of the ways to do it. The other way is just, as I say, hyenas. Hyenas is probably your easiest because they will aggro to you. So if you go to places where hyena dens are, just walking through a hyena den, they'll come after you. You just wipe them all out, rinse and repeat type thing. You can kind of farm it that way. Gazelles is the other option, and so are goats, but of course they flee a lot quicker from you. So those are not as easy, but if you happen to just be kind of like on your choco camel or on your whatever it may be as you just ride through a town, and you happen to come across them, just keep kind of swinging away. And as you swing, you'll probably take out a couple of them and get a few of those extras. But that's kind of the two options there. It's always hard to give recommendations as to what you can and can't do in an Assassin's Creed game like this, because it's so RPG based. There's so many different ways to play it. It's one of those things where I could say, hey, you should do this, but then you'll probably find another way to do it. I'm just giving the ideas for things that I've done in the past. At some point, I am going to have to do either off-stream or on-stream a like farming thing. Right now, I'm just exploring the map because I just want to get the map all open. But I will have to at some point either do a bunch of fast travels, go to the different shops and buy the leathers, or I'm just gonna have to go crazy hunting a bunch of different animals until I collect all the materials I need. It's all on the list of things that I'm gonna have to do eventually. We're almost at our marker here, so that means we're probably close enough. Yep. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna work. I'll go towards the White Desert. It's really interesting too, because I'm noticing as we're floating through these areas, there's like, unless I'm totally out of whack, there's not a lot in them. And I don't know if that's like a game choice or what that is, but it's surprising to me, given that we have all those synchronization points, all that other stuff, that we have these regions that are in my level range, but there's like nothing in them. It's kind of weird. I mean, I could totally be missing something, but it's like if we look at the Black Desert range here, like totally zoom right in, there's been folks that have gone and taken pictures and stuff in these different sections of the zone, but really, so yeah, it's an interesting system they've put in place here, because it's effectively telling me that that some of these areas are literally just for exploration purpose. They're not really gameplay specific, which means if anybody wants to get that achievement or that trophy for completing the map and traveling to all the different zones, you are just going to have to literally ride about. Oh, That tree's on fire. That was strange. Oh, this isn't even a real tree. Okay, we're losing it. We are definitely losing it. Marcus Rubio, I'm level 40 and have a little bit of soft leather. Yeah, if you're level 40, you probably will be able to get that ability for the shops to get your now I don't know specifically if looking at the points that are here and given the fact that I can only get 4 more levels, I'm assuming I can't unlock every single one of these abilities. So I'm guessing some of that you have to have the DLC for to get fully unlocked or leveled up or whatever it may be. Which I'll probably dive into at some point, seeing as I've been enjoying this thus far. I don't have any concerns about putting some money down on a good old DLC pack. But it is a little strange that it's that there is so much of this map that's just relatively empty. Like I'm not complaining, but it is. Oh, what's happening? Are we having another like crazy vision thing? Oh, that's a sandstorm. Okay, go go go. Keep going. Keep on going. Oops. I just looked away for a second and ran into a wall. Marcus Rubio, the burning bush from the Bible. Oh yeah, that's interesting. Do they make any references to Moses by chance? Not that I need to have that completely spoiled, but I wouldn't be opposed if that is something that they like, because this is of course the focus of so many little stories in the ye old Bible. Let's see. If you kill the god / event, you'll get a skill point. Oh, okay. So there's a lot of different ways to get skill points then, because I know we've in the previous streams, because this is now part 6, which is crazy to me that I've put this much time into this thing. You can get. Oh, here we go, shooting stars. Yep, we're losing it. You can get, what's it called? Oh, my brain's falling apart on me here. Ability points from exploring the pyramids and finding stuff from the old kingdoms, as they call it. Which is, as I said in previous streams, absolutely crazy to me that in ancient Egypt, there's actually things more ancient than ancient Egypt. Whenever you have people that are describing the ancients, and they are an ancient civilization, it's like, whoa. That is gives context for just how long of a time like mankind had pretty much taken over sections of the world. Oh, there's a bit of a treasure that's in here, it seems. Probably inside of the vault, I would guess. Which is probably full of snakes. No? Oh wow, I'm really surprised. How's there not a whole bunch of snakes all in here? This looks like a place that would be just filled with snakes. Speaking of... Hey look, there's a bunch of dead bandits there. That's a good indication, right? Things are totally safe whenever there's a bunch of dead... There's the snakes. Like I said, snakes. There's one there. Another one there. I knew you were here. Like, you can't hide from me. I'm used to you guys now. You're just everywhere. Burn. Yeah, that's right. Toasted snake. Oh, I don't know if that's gonna... I don't know if that's gonna light him on fire or not. That might light the other one on fire. No. Oh, yep. Oh, really? They're still alive? Alright, let's just take care of these snakes. Just deal with them. And then I'm sure... I'm pretty sure... Yep. That a lot of these barrels are gonna have snakes in them too, so... Let's just deal with this. No snake in that one? I am surprised. There's a snake. There's 2 snakes. One's on fire. Now the other one's on fire. Alright, there. Cleared our snakes. Oh! It's not bad. Completed a location. Got a little bit extra XP, a little bit of growth. If you go to the Deseret Desert, you'll find something crazy. Alistair, welcome to the stream. With a comment. Welcome to Snake Pit Vault. I've become so used to snakes being in every section of this game now. Seems just everywhere you go, the cobras are out to get you, which is really odd that people just store cobras everywhere. I mean, I get it, you don't want your stuff being stolen, but like, just the fact that you had to try and capture and then store a cobra? Just, no thank you. I would not want to deal with that. Oh, that's strange. Huh.